Problem 3-7, and mine's labeled 3-6 because I used the data from 3-6 to do a problem that's similar to your 3-7, where basically we have a short income statement, and then you're to answer the question for each year, compute the following and indicate whether it is increasing or decreasing profitability. So what has it done to affect profitability, based on the changes? So I've like I said, I've made the statements the same. Of course, I have different numbers, and what I've done beside here is done a percentage, right, to sales. Okay, so this is my cost of goods sold, and I want to know what it is based on sales, because looking at the raw numbers, it's kind of difficult for me to tell whether its effect on profitability is an increase or a decrease. But if I say, if I put it in percentages, it will help. So I simply hit equals, and I take my cost of goods sold and I divide that by my sales, and I end up with that 64.16%. And I would do the same thing on this side, equals divided by my sales. Okay, and here's where it gets a little tricky, is that you have to interpret that, right? Cost of goods sold are like an expense. Okay, that's what it's. If you're a retailer, your cost of goods sold is the inventory that you're purchasing, right? If you're a manufacturer, it's all the things that go into manufacturing. You're paying your help, etc. Okay, so anytime an expense goes down, then that should have a positive effect on profitability, right? Okay, so my cost of goods sold went from 64% down to 63%, okay, and so that would increase my profitability. Okay, another way to look at that, I like to look at gross profit. So my gross profit is just the inverse of this, right? So that's going to be 35.84%, and here my gross profit is going to be 36.67%. Obviously an increase then. Okay, I do the same for all of these. My sales and administrative expenses, I simply divide these by my sales to get my numbers. Okay, and that's an expense, right? So again, if an expense goes down, that should increase the profitability. If an expense goes up, that will decrease the profitability. And in this case, the expense went up when I compared 10.82% to 11.67%. So that's going to decrease the profitability. Okay. Then interest, which is absolutely an expense, same thing, right? Equal to my interest divided by my sales. Okay, and do the same thing over here. So again, I've got an expense that was 1.96% of sales. Now it's 1.83% of sales. So my expense has decreased, which should have a positive impact on my income, my net income, or my profit. So there you have it. Your guys' might be different. Certainly your numbers are going to be different for problem 3-7.